Why are global issues important? In this presentation, I'm going to be covering two essential questions. Why is it important for students to learn about global issues? And should globalization be considered a direct cause or a tool of preventing global issues? Why is it important for students to learn about global issues? There are many issues around the world, one including deforestation, which occurs pretty much everywhere in the world with trees, but the main areas include Indonesia, Brazil, Papua New Guinea, and some parts of Russia. Lack of water seems to be a pretty big issue as well, mostly spanning parts of Africa and the Middle East. Poverty is also a pretty big global issue, but we are just focusing on the countries with over 40% of the population living in poverty. Notice how most of these countries are in Africa, with some in Asia and some in South America. This just proves how big some global issues can be, and that we have to do something. If we didn't know about anything about global issues, we wouldn't be aware about all the problems this world is facing. Understanding global issues actually helps us understand what's actually going on in the world, because it isn't perfect. It can maybe make you think twice when you're complaining about your Wi-Fi or bad food, because some people don't even have access to those kinds of privileges. Global issues also raises awareness of other cultures, which decreases our opinions and stereotypes of other people. Knowledge of global issues can also inspire people to make a change. Knowing that there are people out there in the world who are less fortunate than you can make people want to try and make a change. There have been many people that have tried to help other people. Some actually volunteer to go to the area having trouble and physically help, while others make things like shoes and clothes to give them to the poor. Even ordinary people can help just by donating. One example is a kid named Blair Gooch. Blair was devastated when he heard about the 2010 earthquake in Haiti. He saw an image of a little boy crying in a pile of rubble in the newscast, and this is what inspired him to do the Hugs for Haiti campaign. He asked his school if they can donate teddy bears. Eventually, he gave 25,000 teddy bears away to Haiti. He says, "It doesn't really matter how small or old you are. If you're young and think you can't make a difference in the world, well, you actually can." Should globalization be considered a direct cause or a tool for preventing global issues? In my opinion, yes, it helps. For example, take the effort that is made just to build t-shirts or any accessories/clothing. The different materials go through different countries and factories, and that is all just for one piece of clothing. When you think about it, it actually helps the factory workers, because working in the factory is one way of profit. Most of the people who work at factories either have trouble finding a job or don't have the education to get a job. Not only does it offer people money to people who need it, but it also gives better shelter/protection for poor people. As said before, most of the workers who work in the factories usually have no choice and usually are living in poorer areas of where they're living in. Sometimes the factories offer more shelter and protection than their actual homes. To recap things, yes, learning about global issues is important, and globalization does help global issues in some way. Thank you for watching this video.
Created using Powtoon.